Today I am going to be showing you my Minecraft creative world. I call it Sakura Fox Landing, and Sakura Fox Landing, as you may guess, is in a worldwide cherry blossom biome. And a couple caveats. First of all, please be gentle in your assessments and expectations as I began this world with no experience in creative mode, and so the builds range from very novice to somewhat novice and everything in between. So but I hope you'll enjoy it. I do like to play survival mode a lot, but I find that creative can be fun, relaxing, and sometimes collaborative if you build with a friend or family member. So let's see what else to tell you before we jump in. Oh, I am using the shader Photon, and I like Photon shaders. This has some custom settings, but I felt it worked really well with Alacrity, which is the texture pack that I'm using. So I built this world at different times with different shaders and different texture packs, but I think that it plays well with Alacrity. Alacrity is kind of fantastical, whimsical, colorful, cartoonish, so I think it's fun. But I am happy to give you any kind of recommendations for shaders and texture packs that I like. I'd love to hear about the ones you use. Otherwise, I didn't use this building mods or world edits. I try to do things by hand, and so I really hope you'll enjoy it. Lastly, there are a couple Easter eggs more toward the end for people who like Final Fantasy and for people who like Studio Ghibli. So I hope those might be nice and fun to see. Otherwise, I am just so happy to have you here, and I hope that this is fun and relaxing for you. So please enjoy. With all that said, let's take a little boat upriver to my inexpertly built but hopefully still enchanting Sakura Fox Landing. It's a good kitty. Okay, so welcome to my world. It is a cherry blossom biome, and yes, the whole wide world is a cherry blossom biome. This is one of my early builds. It's meant to be a bit of a carriage house or like a welcoming station for visitors to what I call Sakura Fox Landing. You can tie up your horses and get them something to eat while you warm up, get some cake, what have you, or you can come through to the beach right away. This beach is meant to just be a relaxing place to take in the natural beauty of the biome. And yeah, I built up this sandstone cliff and built into it some snack shacks. You gotta have a snack shack. Snack shack for your snack attack. Hi, kitty kitty. So this is the riverboat, so you can rent them for free. Everything is included in your stay here, of course. Go back through the amethyst cave. Like I think I said, this is a Photon shader with custom settings. And right now we're seeing everything courtesy of Alacrity. Alacrity, the texture pack. Although a lot of this was built in Patrick's, which is more realistic, and Coven. Coven is a bit closer to Alacrity, but so we got the grand staircase, and you'll see my primary residence, and of course lots of foxes. Gotta have foxes, crimson foxes everywhere, crimson foxes. This was the first house I built, and I still to this day like it rather well. You can kind of see the outside here, big windows, grand entrance, boxes. And so there's these like oxidized copper doors, and this is the inside. I, as a rule, do not put villagers and people in my world, but my son will add them sometimes when he comes to hang out, collaborate with me in the creative world. So there's a dining table and a little fox in the windowsill too. Hi buddy, let's sleep in. He's so tired. He might like some crimson berries. Fox's lab, or not crimson, sweet berries. Sweet berries for sweet Foxy. Alright. This is a greenhouse, or like a sunroom. A solarium. This is a common area to greet company. And a little kitchen down here. So all the things that you need to cook and cake. Okay. So let's see. This is the master bedroom. My kitty cat. Do you want some raw salmon? Yes, of course you do. Oh, more foxes. Bye-bye. Okay. This is the master bed. A bay window with seating, and there's a headboard I made. I think it's dark oak if I remember. And of course lots of bookshelves up above. The people, the villagers, are made to look like elves in Alacrity, I think, and I think that's quite cute. So, okay, we're jumping up to fly a little. That's what I call creative license, because you can't do that in survival. That's a little joke. Alright, so here's my bunny enclosure. So you can see them and they're hopping around. Now, this, I kind of envisioned this all as like an animal rescue when I first started creating it, we won't have time to see all the animal enclosures because there are a lot of them. But the bunnies have a little farmland. They have a network of burrows and, oh, hello. Apparently we have a trader. Hi. Hi, trading alpacas. This is the backyard. Lots of moss. I think the moss is especially pretty in Alacrity, and with the Photon it will kind of glow at night. So here's a little alcove with lotus flowers and a little waterfall. Hi, cute kitty. Do you want some raw salmon too? Yes, you do. Okay. Little garden wall here, and this whole area is again, a lot of it's very early builds for me. This is a frog pond, sometimes populated by frogs. I think frogs are one of the mobs that tend to despawn though. Frogs, bats, previously axolotls, although I think they may have changed it so that the axolotls don't despawn. I could be wrong about that though. And I think there was recently an update as well, but anyway. So this is the cat house. The cats will kind of come with me. So I try to keep them in, but they're gonna make a baby. Hi. Hi, little kitten. Do you want some salmon? Oh, right, you're very young. Okay. But I tried to make everything the cats might like. There's little ponds stocked with salmon and a big tree to climb and window seats for lounging, scratching posts, all of the things a cat might like. Hi, buddy. You can come with me? Okay. Right next to that, the panda is the panda enclosure, and you can see the pandas. I hope they're happy in here. They have a fountain, a shelter where they can sleep at night, and I don't know what that one's doing. I never question a panda though. That's all made with different types of bamboo. Down here, you'll see a fireplace. I'll show you what that is. Let's just drop down. So this is my little alfresco cafe. You can sit. You can grab a snack. Yum yum, so good. And oh, the kitty family is coming with us, so the cats like it. Rave reviews from cats about the Sakura outdoor cafe. Let's go this way though, through the forest. Oh, hello. Are you hungry? Do you want sweet berries? Oh, you already have some. Okay. So, sweet berries. Okay. There's so much to see. How about we go this way and fly over here? This is my Strider carousel. They look quite different in Alacrity, but yeah, this little carousel of Striders. This is the path to our hot air balloon rides. They go to a picnic spot in May called High Point, but what is going on here? Hello? Foxy? What the heck? Hello, Foxy? Okay. I don't know what kind of dark ritual I have stumbled upon, but let's just ignore it. I think. Yeah, probably better not to mess with dark forces we do not understand. I don't know why those foxes are frozen, stunned in place like that. But let's leave them to their business, okay? Anyway, that's the ticket booth where you can buy hot air balloons. This is my guest stable. The guests live in there when they're not out flying. But let's go this way. I'll show you a bit of the more commercial side of Sakura Fox Landing. So go this way down the path here. So this is my store, my fashion store, I guess. This is where you can buy and try on all the latest fashions of the overworld, and you can see there are dressing rooms. You can get the latest helms and accessories and all of that. But if you don't want helms and accessories, then you might like to go to the Sakura Fox Library. You can see it here. Oh, that is my aviary for the birds. This is what I call the flooded district. You can see the cats playing in the water, which is not my experience of cats in the real world, but you know, this is Minecraft, so you go in through the library door, and oh, surprise, more cats and books. So many books, books and books and books and books and books. Cats, crimson foxes, and books are everywhere. So it's my fireplace. I tried to make it kind of grand. And then there is a balcony for reading and enjoyment, and there's a skylight, and you can also go to the outdoor balcony. So I tried to kind of create a lot of these places to feel quite lived in, you know, not to sound too much like George Lucas, but I wanted the sakura trees to kind of be taking over everything, I guess, and to look like moss and vines are overgrowing things. Lots of waterfalls, whatever I could do to just make it feel magical. So let's go this way down the path, and this path over this bridge here. This will lead us to more of a marketplace. So the marketplace is meant to be used by artisans and things. There's a wishing well, and you can see a cabin in the distance. My son built that one. My marketplace has some specialty stalls for cartographers and weavers and things, but there's also some basic stalls for whatever traders want to pop by. So up here you'll see a taller building. This is the animal shelter. So you can see it's pretty tall. I was imagining it in sort of a townhouse style, and it still has a lot of similar elements elements to my own home here in Sakura Fox Landing. So let's go in, and I've built, well, I tried to make each level, so this is the cat level. They have like a climber and things, but I tried to make this elevator. At first I was trying to experiment with redstone mechanics to try to actually make it work, but I gave up on that. Don't tell the cats. It's just a cosmetic elevator, but this dog likes it. Dogs are so sweet like that, just very positive. So this is the dog level. You can see, nice fire for the dogs to be cozy. And let's go up. So here we have the caretaker suite. And this is where the person or people responsible for taking care of these animals can stay. I quite like it. It's like a little place to be comfy. Oh, shoot. Stuck in my own ladder. That's why I need to get that elevator working. Okay. Oh, bye kitties. Is anybody? Yeah, let's make some of them stay here. Sit them down. Alright. Okay, so if we go up this direction, it's quite different. This is more of a Japanese-inspired garden area. So this is I call it the Wayside Tea House. You can see the bamboo, and the Wayside Tea House was meant to be like a wayside chapel. Sometimes you see, just out in rural areas, and I thought it would be a nice place to stop, have tea, or a moment of tranquility. It looks out over a garden, a little Zen garden I tried to make, so you can just sit, and of course there's foxes. There's a little Zen garden there, a little foxy. Through the trees and bamboo, just a little, is a pagoda here, this tall pagoda. And let's see. Behind the pagoda, you're gonna find this riverboat ride. Is that a sheep? A brown sheep and some birds in the boat right now. The riverboat ride is also kind of an experiment in Minecraft physics. I haven't totally mastered, but I tried to make it so that I think you'll see bubbling water there. And the water is directional. It's meant to take the boat and lift it up until it drops off here. It's kind of like a mix of the Jungle Cruise and the Bayou Adventure at Disney. And you're meant to just kind of go on this nice boat ride with a little thrill. Hi, Mr. P. But it's still a little clunky, so I won't demonstrate. It works to an extent at this point. So, okay, but let's look at this. This is my bigger tea house slash ryokan, I guess. You can see around here. I tried to use more dark oak here, and tried to make some little paper lanterns. When you go in, you'll see some recessed seating with, I tried to kind of emulate the look and feel of Tsutame in some places a little bit. And I tried to make like more of a lantern effect with the lighting. I call this the waterfall terrace. water drip, drip, drips down. I imagine that would sound so relaxing. I love the sound of water flowing. There's a kitchen behind the screen here to serve guests, customers, and up top here again is a guest suite. So there's a cabinet or wardrobe. Again, I tried to sort of make like a tatame mat on a platform, window seat, things like that. There's bookshelves. You know what the problem is though? We need the books. I don't know how I forgot. Poor lonely bookshelves needed some actual books. There we go. That adds a little bit of color too, which I like. Great. So now you can sit up and read books. Okay. So that's kind of the Tiyasuruken. And let's actually jump back. We're gonna be going kind of back past my house, past those weird boxes. Not weird, just ritualistically distracted boxes. So there's my residence, and if you go past it, we're going back to some of my really early builds, because through the woods here, over the bridge, there we go. Don't look down. I actually don't mind heights, but some people I know really do, so underneath the ground we have what I call the Subterra spot, which we'll see in a minute. Up here is, you'll see how kind of clumsy this is, but this is when I was first starting out in creative, I tried to make a kind of like a snowy onsen, or like a hot springs. This is meant to be a little lookout terrace where you could get warm and watch the landscape. And I tried to make the water look hot by putting little fires under it, but it just looks really smoky right now with this setup. So this area definitely could use a little work, but here's again, of course, a little cliffside cafe here. You need a treat, maybe some hot cocoa to warm up at the snowy onsen. There's a little pond there. Maybe keep that in mind, because we're gonna go down. Oh no. My son likes to prank me, and this is like part of a really long ongoing prank. He's like set up all these it's a long story actually. Let's just make sure everything's okay over here. Oh yeah, that looks good. This is my cliffside estate. This one is meant to be a bit more Mediterranean here, a little bit more Mediterranean, and yeah, I quite like it. It's different. Lots of textures of oopsie doodle. Lots of sandstone textures here. And you can kind of see the main living space, and then you go up the ladder to this little this open air bedroom. It's kind of got this pergola or trellis over it, so it's got great views, sweeping views. But let's get back on track. Okay, so this is the other entrance to the Subterra spa. I actually prefer this entrance a little bit, and you'll see why. So let's go in. There's all of these tropical birds to greet you. Hi guys, so good to see you all. I wanted a little bit of a grand entrance. Little fishies. Hi fish. Hi, so cute little fish. Fish. So there's a tree. I thought an underground tree sounded neat. That's the other entrance too. There's a little waterfall. And you can go in here. So there's a couple of suites. This one is the main suite, and let's see. Yeah, we've got a little it's meant to be a little fireplace. This is, I call it my illusion window, so it's made to look like it's looking outside, even though we're in a cave. So I used, that's frog light layered with the blossoms and a window pane to just make it, I don't know, look like it's outside facing. I give a little light in here, so yeah, the cats like it, you can see. And then like a little couch and yeah, lofted beds, all that kind of thing. Down here we have our main bath, and it's kind of dark, so might be harder to see now, but up above is actually that pond from before, from right outside the hot springs. So yeah, I thought it would be kind of neat. And again, I did these illusion windows with the purple frog lights, I think, so that the light is a little more stylized. Here you can see. And then, so that's a nice communal bath. And the mineral water is very good for your skin. Down here, this is our more natural, again, mineral baths. These ones are naturally heated by the lava down here. Now, that is our axolotl viewing portal into the axolotl cave. Kind of mimicked a lush cave environment, and then I tried to make it look like you could see lava in the sides of the cave, I should say, not the mountain. And then up here is the, yeah, this is just another suite. This is a spa suite, so wardrobe, candles, cozy bed in case you want to stay here as a guest. Again, the cats just adore it. There's also like a music player, record player up there in case you want to jam to some pig stuff. This is a dry sauna powered by the heat of the magma. This is another communal area where you can sit and enjoy refreshments, which can be purchased here at the cafe. It's like a little snack shack, and you can see this is the lava heated bath. We call it the lava baths, and so they can get pretty warm, I imagine. That's the spa mostly. I tried to work with kind of the natural curves and architecture of the cave itself when I made this one. But if I made it again, I would probably structure it a little bit more carefully. There we go. When you build in creative or in survival, do you try to kind of work with the existing landscapes? Do you terraform them a lot? I like to hear about other people's process. Mine is mostly just trying things out. Here we have an amphitheater, and I am, if you might know this about me, or it might just be really obvious, I was a theater kid growing up. I was a big time theater kid. In fact, I almost went to performing arts school. I got accepted into the one I wanted to go to, but I also got accepted into the college I wanted to go to. I decided on university instead, although I did still study theater while I was there, but I couldn't help making a big theater for plays and things like that. So, oh, this is the sea turtle enclosure. The path here is just meant for you to be able to kind of see underneath. And of course, they're all on top. So, okay. So, this is my river. Well, it's not really a riverboat, is it? It's my yacht? No. Is it too? I don't know if you. It's like a riverboat. It's a steamboat. It's a steamboat. You can see the steam stacks, the smokestacks. So there's smokestacks and kitty cats everywhere. But so here's the deck, and this is the upper deck. So it's got like a sitting area. I try to offer both covered and uncovered areas. There's diving boards there. See, the cats are demonstrating. Thank you, cats. The second or middle floor, I guess, has a little fireplace lounge made out of diamond. Ooh. High rollers. There's also little places to sit, bar-style seating, and a hot tub. Go down here, and oh, hi, Foxy. So more seating at the front, and this is the main cabin. So the upper area is, there's kind of like a study. There's also like a day bed. This can be used as a full bed, or just a place to relax. And then down below, more common space, there's a kitchen there, and dining area, more of a formal dining area here. And then in here, let's go in. This is the, okay, something here, there's a few things that are different than I remember building, so I think my child has also been in here. That's okay. This is supposed to be like a bedroom, like the main, oh, is that missing? Oh wait, that's not the right color. What color is this? Carpet. Cyan? Is it the cyan? Oops. Oh. No. There we go. Did I use birch? Are these birch? No, that looks too golden. It's gotta be. Where's the planks? Okay. There we go. Sorry, you can see it's been a while since I've been building and creative. I tend to go through like kind of fits and starts, so wanting to build in creative, wanting to play survival, and then just like needing a Minecraft break altogether. Okay, so now we're gonna get into seeing a few sort of like fan properties. If you grew up with Final Fantasy VII as a defining gaming event in your life, perhaps you'll recognize this. And perhaps you've more recently played Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth. You still might. This is Aerith's church. I always think of it as Aerith's church. Now I always meant to destroy it so that it looks like Cloud has fallen through. But I just haven't been able to bring myself to it yet. I will. I promise I'm gonna destroy that roof. Make it all derelict in here so that the Turks can come in and cause trouble, but for now, it's still intact. I tried to use colors that reminded me of Mako, and I tried to use the right colors of flowers for the flowers that Aerith grows. They're yellow and white. There's, especially in the remakes, they talk about the symbolism in Aerith's flowers. So, and then I tried to use like soul lanterns and sea lanterns to make it look more like the colors of Mako light. I also tried to use a lot of the kind of like paler, more dead looking plants and foliage, because I didn't think I wanted it to look more like some of the more derelict sectors in Midgar, which are very gray and kind of sad, right? The color in them is Aerith and her flowers and her hope and stuff like that. But in that vein, we can go through here. This is where I tried to recreate Aerith's house a little bit, her and her mother's house. Now, I had not played Rebirth yet when I made this, so the interior of the house is not really very accurate. Oops. And honestly, getting the shape and everything was quite difficult for me, but I did try. I tried to make the rooftop garden, look like a garden to some degree, and just tried to have this whole thing flourishing with plants and, all kinds of signs of life. Oh, this is so strange. So I did try to make like a little kitchen area and things like that, but for decor, I tried to put up pictures of flowers with item frames, but and you can see there's fireflies. I tried to get a lot of firefly bushes so they would be everywhere. But yeah, they must have. I wonder if they updated the texture pack to render some of these in 3D. How strange. So now it just looks like there's flowers growing out of the wall. giving it a strange kind of like Wonderland effect. I will fix this, but not right now. It kind of tickles me, actually. It's funny. Okay. So we go up. This is just what I kind of imagined would be like a nice living quarters for Aerith and her mom. Obviously this is nothing like what the inside is. In fact, there are multiple bedrooms and things. Also just felt like I didn't quite have the space for that. It's not a very large scale build. I just made this kind of as like a greenhouse, like the inside, almost like a garden shed. And then the outside of the rooftop, so with lots of like allium and lilies, things like that. Come back down. And I tried to also situate the bridges, the porch and things like as best I could to make them accurate. But in the game you'll also see a lot of, again, the sector has a lot of equipment that's very industrial, and I have not yet got around to building that. Oh no. This looks like something. Again, my son tries to build these weird faces and things everywhere. It really cracks me up. He's so funny. Okay. Moving away from Final Fantasy VII, we'll go back to, no more of these. I'm gonna go back to some things that aren't from any IP. But let's see, this is my apiary, or my beekeeper's cottage. So the beekeeper's cottage has space for bees to create their beautiful honey and lots of flowers for pollination, of course. And of course there's also like a nice place to stay. It's very simple. Very simple accommodations up here, but I think it will be comfortable. There's like a, oh hi, Dizzy Bee. Let's see, we need flowers. What kind of flowers would you like? How about, do you want sunflower? Let's find out. Yummy, yummy sunflower. Yeah. Oh, he's so happy. Yummy, yummy sunflower. Okay. So, you know what's gonna happen now? Baby bee. So cute. He's so dizzy. Hi. So that's like a nice lofted bed. And oh, look at all this honey ready to be collected. Good bees. Good bees. Who's a good bee? You're a good bee. Such a good bee. Yes, yes, yes. You can see out. You can actually see my steamboat all the way out in the water there. And we'll come through here. And there's some flowers. And we'll go this way. Hello, Mr. Bee. I think bees are sweet. Okay. Back to a little IP. This is my Alice in Borderlands croquet stage. I don't know if there's any Alice in Borderlands fans out there, but I tried to make that croquet stage from that. Oh, here's where you can get on our big river boats. You can see what they look like here. It's the big... Oh, somebody put a boat on a boat. I tried to make it more swampy here for the riverboat rides. And so you can see they have little like engines or motors, I guess, not engines. And let's see, but where am I trying to go? Actually, no, go this way. Sorry about that. We'll go this way. So, I'm also working on building you might see some green trees through there. I'm working on building Swamp Bottom from Spirited Away. So, anyway, but it's not done yet. If you go down the river here, I tried to make it lush. There's a bridge and things. I tried to make a little cove here, like a little cave that felt romantic for the boat to go in. So you can go through the little romantic cave there. So you'll see those floating lanterns there. They're supposed to look like falling stars, and I don't really think they are accomplishing that very well. I need to work on it. This is my beacon tower, just in case I get lost out in the world. It helps me if I'm my way back. Obviously, I can just respawn too, but okay. I think this is the first tea house I built. So this was kind of the first time I was trying a bit more traditional Japanese architecture. I mean, I hesitate to say that because it's all just imaginary. But there's a little pond. That's meant to be like a little cooking fire. And let's see, cats on the table. But this is meant to be like a little dining room here. Up the ladder, and we go up, and you can see out a little bit. Tried to use white for kind of this paler look on the windows and things to make them look like wooden. Obviously, they're trap doors in actuality. Trapdoors, you're probably seeing actually. I think trapdoors are one of the most versatile Minecraft blocks, and so I use them all the time, generously. But yeah, I made like a little fountain pond inside, and again, that idea of nature kind of coming through the roof, breaking on through. So, to finish out, there are actually still so many different things to show, but I want to show you this, which I call Sophie's Landing. And the first part of it, hi buddies, so there's lots of bunnies on this side, because there aren't as many foxes on this side. What kind of carrots do we want? Oh wait, you just want regular carrots. Okay, there we go, okay. Not that I need more bunnies, but so that's supposed to look like falling stars. But this is meant to be a little picnic spot right here, like just a little garden. You can see it's set for a picnic. And just again a little waterfront park with a swing. The little I love what do you call it? A chair swing or a garden swing. Little fountain here. And then if we go up the stairway here, Okay, so this is meant to be my campsite. So these are meant to be tents, and those are meant to be falling stars. There's a telescope there that you get, or a looking glass that you can use if you want. The falling stars are inspired by Howl's Moving Castle. Carrots for everybody. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. And yeah, the falling stars are a big part of the movie. So I'm gonna go, and that's why this whole place is called Sophie's Landing. So let's go across this bridge. Here, this kind of like garden blossom bridge. And I tried to make it so the bridge isn't awkward, but it has a little change in height. So this is meant to be Letty's, the bakery she works at. So in the book, Sophie has two sisters, I believe, but in the film, she just has the one, Letty Hatter. And Letty Hatter works at a bustling bakery. And there are not that many pictures or shots of it in the movie, but I tried, based on a couple shots, color schemes, and just my own imagination, I tried to figure it out. So there's cakes. This is where you order. You can see a little bit of the menu on the columns. Back vines. And there's a little tree growing in here. I tried to use the colors. They're very bright and jewel toned, as I recall. That's meant to be cake on a plate. Sometimes I try to use the item frames like plates, but I don't know how successful that is. Then there's also like a greenhouse portion of it. I tried to make it really whimsical, and it's very colorful. I used a colored glass for some of it. There's some colored glass motifs here, but it's dark out, so it's harder to tell. But I tried to create some kind of stained glass art. And then this is kind of the main area. And then if you go back here and up, and so up here is the lofted kitchen with little drawers, snacks and cakes, baked goods ready to go down, and sinks. Gotta wash your hands. I once had a food handler's license. Check me out. So you use this pulley system, and then you can send them right down the ladder. So it's like a cake pulley system. Yeah, I should patent that. So I tried to make it as close as I could, but again, there's not a whole wealth of source material there, but there's a little bit more here. So this is supposed to be Sophie's hat shop, and so I tried as best I could to make it similar. There's like a little courtyard with a tree. I didn't quite make the build big enough to accommodate that, but I kind of tried. The house has a lot of detail, a lot of, I think, what we call gingerbread, or what architects, not we, they don't claim me, I'm not an architect. I think they call it like gingerbread detail, or maybe that's just like specific to Queen Anne style, but there's more detail. I tried though to create the best that I could with what I have without making it look absolutely chaotic, but there's the controlled chaos to most of the locations in this film or book. So unfortunately, there aren't hats per se in Minecraft, but there are helms, and so I have displayed the helms on hat stands. I tried to make an approximation of a mirror. I think I could do better now. I didn't really understand very well how to use the loom. The loom? Is it the loom where you dye the But this is meant to be Sophie's atelier in the back, and this is where I imagine she sleeps. I imagine Sophie just has a simple space, but I tried to give her some sunlight and cake. You gotta have cake. So, yeah, but this is the main room of the shop, so. And again, I tried to use the same color scheme that they show in the film, so I did my best. It's always a little trial and error, but yeah, I found that, again, Alacrity as a texture pack was best for some of these builds. Now, this is kind of another half imaginary build. It is meant to be the greenhouse where Sophie meets Madame Suleiman, and this is really a part of the palace. However, I made it stand alone, and that's Madame Suleiman's I was gonna say throne. It's not a throne, but her chair. And again, I'm so in love with how overgrown and beautiful this greenhouse looked in the film. So I just tried to make it, again, pretty wild, pretty rough and tumble and unrestrained. And yeah, I don't know, I had fun with it though. So up the stairs here, let's go through and under. And again, I tried to add a lot of texture to the paths and like plazas just to make it look, again, a little more lived in. So we've got Sophie's hat shop, Sophie's sister's bakery, and this is one of my favorite places in all of film. Is Sophie's the little house that Howl sets aside for Sophie. It was actually Howl's as a boy in the meadow. I tried to make the water wheel, and I tried to make it as faithfully as I could. Again, I think I would really need to do a bigger scale if I wanted to get the fine details right, but yeah, I still think it's cozy. If you go inside, white foxes, crimson foxes, crimson foxes, crimson foxes. Inside, again, just purely my imagination of what could be in here. Again, a lofted bed. This is meant to be a room for Sophie, a room of one's own, I suppose, but Howl can come too. And that fox loves the fire. These foxes are up to something. But I tried to imagine a more actualized space for Sophie, so there are some more magical objects in there, plants and things, but things for her enjoyment rather than for her work. It's easy to surround ourselves with only our work and our livelihood, so I wanted something different for Sophie. So this little lantern is signaling that there's something in this tree beyond what meets the eye. This is the last thing I'll show you. I know it's been a long tour, and I love you for checking it all out with me. So this is the Wizard Jenkins shop. Now, in film, Howl has magic shops and things like that in all the major cities. I tried again to make this one fairly faithful to one of the shop front doors. I can't at this moment remember which city is a witch. I did try though to make the inside look like the inside of the main room of his moving castle. That's meant to be the portal indicator. The sink area, that's Calcifer's fire. And this is Sophie's little sleeping area down there. The table for everybody, the family table. And a lot of magical objects, tomes, storage cabinets, things like that. And the tiling here and everything, I tried to get as close as I could. Another one of my little illusion windows. And this, of course, is after Sophie has worked hard with Morkel to tidy everything up. But, I am missing a chair at this table. Let's rectify that real quick. What kind of trapdoor did I use? Or not trapdoor, stairs. Are they the jungle? Jungle, spruce, oak. I cannot remember. They look, I think oak. I think it was oak. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Yeah, that looks correct. That looks correct to me. So, yeah, I tried to give Sophie her little bed. I like to imagine a little window there for her, and little curtains hanging out. And then if we go up here, I'll take you to our very last little place, and this is, so obviously Howl's Castle has a lot of rooms and things, but I just made this one go directly into Howl's bedroom, which is absolute pandemonium. There's kind of overgrown, I don't know, foliage and magical goop and gunk and all kinds of stuff everywhere. So I just tried to take lots of magical objects from Minecraft, enchantments, things like that. I made his bed out of gold because Howl likes kind of like garish, gaudy, showy things, I think. And then, yeah, I imagine lots of magical tomes. I built up almost like a greenhouse roof for him, and yeah, just again chaos. But I think that's what he likes sometimes. But yes, he has a big garish gold bed. Howl really likes those things, at least when we first meet him. But let's go see, just to end on a nice note. I'm gonna go take one more deep breath in the overworld and look out on the water, and there we go. Okay, nothing more tranquil than a little bit of water, some falling stars and cherry blossoms, and is that a little bunny rabbit? A little bunny and kitty. Hey, watch it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. And mostly, I hope that you have a very, very relaxing day or night.